Good morning, everyone. Okay, so if you don't know me, you can find me on Facebook, Susan McGarry Glass. The things I want to show you today, I'll do an update on the vitrograph from the first pull. I never showed you the final results of that. An update on the broadcast called Unique Ways to Frame Your Glass. Kind of came up with a little bit different one that I like a little better, so I wanted to show you. And then the last one is the update on the mica infused glass, the one we did with the satin shimmers. So that's what we'll talk about. So the first thing, the vitrograph on YouTube, number 40. And that broadcast shows you me doing this pull, and this was pull number 1. But I never showed you the final pieces, so what I did was pull them into many different pulls, and you guys see that on the broadcast, and then took it to a tile saw and cut them about 3 millimeters. And one of the little things I tried was like a little round dish, and that's this was actually the top side. I put them all on clear and then turned it over and fire polished it. So kind of cool, but I wasn't thrilled with the uneven edge. Then I took some and made a little strip on a plate. That I'm a lot more pleased with. I like the coloring of it. I like the design. So I thought it was worth showing you the pieces that came from that pull. Ranged dramatically from the beginning of the pull to the end of the pull. Even when it gets to be hollow, when you're running out of glass in the kiln, in the vitrograph pot, it starts to create a straw. So that was those down there. And this is the main part of the vitrograph pull. So I thought it was worth showing you. It was a pattern in there, and really happy with how the pattern turned out. Yeah, liking that. Now, broadcast number 37, if you look on YouTube, is Unique Ways to Frame Your Glass, and I used a vitrograph from this pull to make this next piece. So here it is. You guys remember this? I took, this is the pull, this is the actual pull, that's the piece. I sliced it, very thick. I have to stand up to show you this, and put these in the kiln to create these little sort of buttons, little buttons. Then I took a canvas, and you can see it's just a standard canvas, and I painted it white. You always paint a canvas either white, or some people say gesso. I'm not totally familiar, but you painters know. And then I drew this tree and painted it black. So it's just white paint and black paint. And then I took some of those little buttons and put them on. So there you go. And then framed it. So I'm pretty pleased with that one. I like this better than cutting out the tree. We did that in broadcast number 37, where I cut out the tree. I like this better. I think this turned out a little better. These are put on with E6000. Yes, just little bits of glue. Just a little bit. I didn't want it to ooze over because I didn't want globs of glue over here. I didn't want it to show, so just little bits of glue. The last one here is a little bit of a project. You guys remember this? We did the satin shimmers. This is labeled broadcast number 16 on YouTube, and during this broadcast I mentioned a project that I thought would be very cool to try, and I realized I never did that project. So I worked on that. These are satin shimmers by Profusion. What it looks like on clear white and black. So what the idea was to take those sheets and punch puzzle pieces and make a puzzle with all these little pieces. They line up together, so it would look something like that, but you could do many pieces. But the idea was to take 5 pieces, or more or less, 5 just happened to work for me, and line them up so they all line up together, those 5 stacked, and then I cut them apart. And I have to stand up to do this. So I just cut, I cut all of the one side off. You can see that, right? Yeah. So now I have 5 different colors, all the same shape. And I cut this off, And because I've used 5 different colors, I want 5 different pieces. That's going to be important to me. Cut that. And how should I cut that? Cut that. All right. And I want to just move them around so that there is one copper piece in every puzzle piece, one silver piece, one gold piece, and one blue piece in every piece. So I'm not going to go through the whole process of wetting these and sliding them onto glass. They've got great tutorials on it. You guys know how to do that. They are not clear capped. I like these mica sheets much better when they're not clear capped. Let me show you. If you'll look, there's a strip of clear right here, a strip of clear, a strip of clear. And do you see where they're covered with the strip of clear? The coloring isn't, it sort of breaks it up. I like it much better uncovered. So what this is 2 pieces of black glass, and the top piece of black glass has the mica slide decal sort of slid on there. You soak these in water and slide them on, and you can certainly do just one puzzle piece. You don't have to do all these different colors. This was just an idea that I kind of came up with. But you slide all these little pieces on and you dry them. You stack those 2 pieces of black glass in the kiln, and when you put all these pieces together, you'll have 5 different puzzle pieces. A puzzle piece with 5 different colors in it. So I really liked how that came out. Very simple with that mica sheet. So I was very happy that that turned out. All right, so that's done. Thanks for watching. Bye.